Remember, you have 60 seconds. If you need me to read the question again, I can.
No, it's okay. Well, I'm running just because, like most of you, I'm tired. I'm tired of griping about the same paid off politicians that election cycle after election cycle come on TV telling us how great they are and all the great things that they've done for us. When with my own eyes, I can see year after year that we're forced to accept failures and the continuing problems that we have with our infrastructure, social services, and crime. And we keep putting them back into office election cycle after election cycle. So I'm running to be the change that I wish to see in our local government and put it back to working for people like myself. My strengths and weaknesses, my 18 years in real estate, I have been managing teams of various types, whether it's contractors, construction crews, bankers, lawyers, title companies, tax sale negotiations. I manage quite a plethora of things in my career. Weaknesses are what I don't know. And when I don't know something, I ask a ton of questions until I can feel like I do know enough to make the right choice. And that's what I would do for the District D residents. Thank you.
Thank you. Morgan Clevenger. Remember, you have 60 seconds, and I can read the question again if you'd like me to.
Yes, could you do that, please? Thank you.
Sure. Why did you decide to seek the City Council seat for District D? And tell us what you believe your strengths, your weaknesses, and your skill sets are, and how they will help you effectively represent your district.
Thank you so much. You know, my father's favorite words were Dr. Martin Luther King. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Those are the words I've lived my life by. And I've been working in community for over 40 years, most of my life. And what we fail to do in this city is listen to the people. Politicians say they listen, but they really don't. A good example of that is what's going on in District E right now with the coming development. But over 40 years of cultural advocacy, civic engagement, and as president of Fairgrounds Triangle Neighborhood Association, my strengths are listening to the people, researching the issues, finding strategies, bringing people together, and finding the solutions. And we've moved the needle on some really big issues that not only affected District D, but across the city. We were able to band together and fight a corner store that had taken over our neighborhood for decades. And the city, no one at City Hall would listen to us, neither NOPD nor NORD. And we realized it was a massive gentrification effort.
Ms. Clevenger,
But
that's
we
time.
want to listen to the people.
We have to move on. Thank you. Chantrice Burnett. You have 60 seconds, and if you need me to repeat the question, I certainly can.
Thank you. I have it. So I chose to run for this office, unlike most of my persons here, pretty much my entire life. Since I was about 8 years old, I knew I wanted to be in public service, which is why I chose the path of political science in undergraduate school, pursued my master's degree in public policy, concentrating in nonprofits, grant writing, and like I said, public policy, because I've always wanted to represent the interests of our people, because most of my entire life, I was able to recognize we weren't getting what we fairly deserve. So I am running for this position to represent the interests of our people, to bring us economic security, opportunities, community stimulus, and crime prevention measures that will make us all safe. That is why I'm running for this seat, and that's why I hope to have your vote. Thank you.
Thank you. Brandon?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Alexis. And just to ease everybody's nerves, we're going to run a short video. If everybody could look at their screen, it's about 50 seconds. Let me know when you all can see it.
No, we doing a trivia.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're gonna ask a question. We're gonna pose a question, and it's gonna come on the screen. Let us know when you see it, and we'll start in the same order and let everybody answer.
Trivia.
Can everyone see the question?
Yes.
True.
True.
Okay, we're gonna ask for answers, give you a couple, maybe 5 seconds to answer the question. We'll start with Ms. Burnett Chantries.
True. It's just true or false, right? That's all you want from us?
Correct.
Okay, true.
Okay. Morgan Clevenger.
True.
Okay. Anthony Dovey.
It's very true, and some of the areas that need the most attention in our district.
Thank you. Troy Glover.
I'm gonna say true and reserve the right to change my answer if it's
Okay. Eugene Green.
And I guess I also have a qualifier. I kind of would like to look at it again because I don't think that the Fallbird Brewery is officially
That's what I
located
was questioning.
in District D. So I just want to say the answer to that, if I were to answer it truthfully, would be that that is false because of Fallbird Brewery. I don't know if that's a trick question or the like, but I do know that that one is located off Almanaster in District E. But there are a number of drivers in District D in terms of our economy. I will say that for a fact.
Gotcha. Okay. Mark Laws.
unfortunately, I have to agree with Eugene Green. That is a trick question. I don't recognize Fallbird Brewery in that section, but otherwise it would be true.
Gotcha. Mariah Moore.
Lord have mercy. I want to say false too, but I mean, it's so tricky. Yes, false.
Okay. Timlin.
False. It's false. It's totally
It's false.
false.
Okay. Mr. Brandon.
Yes, ma'am. And
The answer is
Y'all want to see the answer?
yes, we do.
anytime now. The computer moving slow, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Kudos to those that caught that.
We just had to get y'all loosen up a little bit.
Right. We just want to see who was awake, you know? All right. Okay, so we're gonna move to our next question. Was that it, Brandon, or you had something else?
No, ma'am, that was it.
Okay, all right. So just following up on that trivia question, you'll have 60 seconds to please describe the boundaries of the New Orleans East portion of District D and tell us what you plan on doing to earn the support of the District D voters residing east of the Industrial Canal, so in that portion. And I'm gonna start from the bottom again, back to Ms. Sams.
So, and I want to make sure I have your question correctly. You're asking a two-part question.
I did. Mm-hmm.
And the first part is, what are the boundaries of District D
that are like part of that has the part of New Orleans and New Orleans East in it. Right, correct.
So I can sum that up into the Pines Village neighborhood for the most part is the New Orleans East part of District D. Within that are subdivisions like Rosedale and Malia and Pines and Orchard. Plum Orchard. Those are the neighborhoods that within the New Orleans East defined boundaries of District D. Part 2 of that question was?
Part 2 was, so pretty much, do you have a plan for that area of New Orleans East, for that area of District, the area of District D that New Orleans East occupies?
So I do. I actually want to continue the work that was done by Representative and then Senator Wesley Bishop. There was a great effort that was put in to actually revitalize the Downman corridor. I often say Downman now looks like what Magazine and Chapatulas and Ferret and all those other streets looked like when I was growing up. So there is an opportunity in actually bringing back, revitalizing that area. It is a main thoroughfare that is connected to our airport. I understand that we have an airport outside of New Orleans, but I do see a revitalization opportunity with that time. Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Sam. Sorry about that. Okay.
No problem.
Ms. Moore, Mariah Moore, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so parts of our district that overlap with District E that I guess fall within that boundary, everything that sits at the very edge of near the Desire area, parts of CTC, a little bit of downed France, that area is also considered, well, overlap. I think the way we've seen a lot of voters feel left behind, forgotten, not engaged with. So first, I would engage with all of those voters that also have issue areas similar to District E and figure out what it is that they want to see for their community, right? I know that economic development is huge there, but we want to make sure that we're doing it in a way that's equitable to their living situation, making sure we're not causing commercial chaos, making sure that when they go home, they still feel like they're at home and not living in a shopping center. Everyone wants to develop these neighborhoods, but they don't want to listen to the people who live in the neighborhoods. So that's, you know, how I would engage with the voters there, is by truly putting them first and seeing what their needs are and fulfilling their needs.
Thank you. Mark Laws. If you need me to repeat the question, I can. You have 60 seconds.
Would you repeat it, please?
Sure. So can you please describe the boundaries of New Orleans, of the New Orleans East portion of District D? And the boundaries, yes. And what are your plans for that portion of that, for the New Orleans East portion of District D? I'm sorry.
Okay, I believe it's Industrial Canal, down Haynes to Lake Pontchartrain, it snakes to Lamb Road, to the Pine Village, Chef, and back to Downman. And I would also, what my plans would be, to make Downman Road and Chefman Tour like Veterans, with bustling businesses, other than just tire shops and liquor stores. I would like to see it look just like Veterans in those two streets, those two areas.
Gotcha, thank you. Eugene Green?
Yes.
Same question, 60 seconds?
Yes, Mark is correct in terms of the boundaries, but I mean, you know, no need to repeat them, but I mean, from the Industrial Canal, the Lamb Road to along Haynes Boulevard, Chef Highway, where it meets the Downman Road again. But the most important thing is that that area is potentially subject to a lot of economic activity. When I was the head of economic development, we created neighborhood commercial revitalization districts along areas where we wanted to see expanded development take place. And I proposed that for the Chef Highway area from the interstate to Downman and Downman Road down to Haynes Boulevard. That means the city subsidizes low interest loans, lower than the market rate loans for those who want to invest in their businesses along those corridors. And I'd like to spend more time addressing blight in that community, especially in the Skyview areas and areas such as Pine Village, where there are too many blighted homes still.
Thank you. Troy Glover?
Yep, so the Industrial Canal, Pine Village, down Diamond, Morrison, and Chef. I think that area has been one that's been neglected And I think it's a great opportunity to invest in small businesses. And across that area and in many areas of District D, it's been a hub for Black-owned businesses that's been neglected. And I think it's a great opportunity to invest dollars in those businesses and then to continue to build affordable housing units within that space. Like many areas within District D, there's a housing crisis and there's a crisis around crime and economic opportunity. And I think it's a great opportunity to use that as a hub to show what the district can be.
Thank you. Remember, you have 60 seconds, and if you need me to read the question again, I will be happy to do so.
Is it my turn? I was just waiting.
Yes.
I didn't hear anything. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
All right. Describe New Orleans East. Basically, yes. Chef and Shore, Haynes, Pine Village, Downman Road. The main thoroughfare that I feel like in District D for us is Downman Road. And I travel down Downman Road often in my work, and I don't enjoy it because when you get down to Morrison, when you go back to the little industrial area back there, it turns into a wasteland as far as trying to get over the roads. It's empty, undeveloped, and we changed our zoning plan years ago, but why didn't when we changed it then, why aren't things happening now? Here we are again saying, well, we have to go make some more changes. We have to make incentives. We have to do this. We have to do that. It seems like the things that we've already done aren't working, and we need to kind of relook at what we can do to spur development in those areas, because the land is owned by somebody. They're just sitting on it. Thank you.
Thank you. Morgan Clevenger, same question, 60 seconds.
Hi. Yes, the boundaries of that area are just as everybody has says, but also the precincts are 9th Ward precincts, and that's important. And we're also running all the way to the lake. And we have numerous opportunities, especially with the new development that's coming into District E, to work together. But Downman Road is particularly interesting, but I think we all have to remember there are plenty of opportunities. There's district overlays, economic overlays that you can put in place. There's tax increment financing, there's pilot programs. But the bottom line is the people who already live there must have participation on the front end, because what we don't want to have happen is to displace the current residents. We need to make it better for them, and they need to be at the table on the front end telling us what they want, and they need to have those opportunities for small business or neighborhoods. Thank you.
Thank you. And last but not least, Chantrice Burnett.
Yes, thank you. So we do know that the boundaries are from the east of the Industrial Canal, down Hain, down Downman, as well as Lamb and France would be the last 2 streets of the district. What I would do to develop that district first would be to go into the neighborhoods and engage those persons first, because what I know is from the last mayor election, some of those areas, such as Skyview area, there was only 3 voters on record. So I would first go in and engage those families, those people, and get them back into the process, clean up some of the blight that is discouraging them and making them feel as if the previous council have left them behind. And then also build businesses, encourage businesses with incentives that's paying living wages down that Downman corridor, as well as add a parking ride for people to be able to commute from the east area down into the downtown New Orleans area, making it convenient for families and businesses. So collectively, all of that would help build up the Downman corridor down to Haynes, hopefully bringing back business and family homes.
Thank you so much. Okay, Mr. Brandon.
Thank you, Ms. Alexis. And now we're gonna roll a video. So just let me know when everybody sees it. Dowman Road used to be a place where veterans came home from the army and they would live, and prominent stores, not big box stores, but local businesses. And now it's like a third world country. Blight, trash, towing up street. There's a hole right at Dowman and the Wire that if you hit it hard enough, your car will go to the shop. And just abandoned businesses all up and down Dowman, from, you can honestly say, from the underpass on Chef and Dowman all the way to the to Haynes. And the underpass has also become a corridor for trash being thrown as if it's a legal dump. Everybody seen the video?
Yes.
Thank you. And we'll turn it back over to Miss Alexis.
Okay, so some of you kind of, I just want you to elaborate a little bit more, because some of you did talk about what you wanted to do with Dowman Road, but since you've seen the video, and that kind of gave us a little visual, what is your action plan for the Dowman Road corridor to improve the quality of life for District D residents, as well as an environment that is attractive for visitors who fly in and out of the Lakefront Airport? And we're going to start at the top with Ms. Burnett.
Okay, so my first action plan would be to widen the sidewalks, making it easy and accessible for pedestrians who live in that area to transport back and forth down Dowman Road. Bringing back our small shops and small businesses, encouraging those opportunities for persons, as well as again, dining and some entertainment. I see Dowman Road being a future Ferret Street and the future Magazine Street. It can be a place that holds small shops, businesses, coffees, and dinings during the daytime, and kind of have an adult entertainment at nighttime, because we know that that is already there. We can also increase, we can do overlay in that area to make sure that the zoning is specific for businesses as well as residential, making sure that those homeowners and property owners are safe in that economic development process. So that is what I would do. Those would be my action steps, keeping the residents informed and the entire step of the way. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Mr. Glover?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that video. And I just want to say, like, my organization currently cuts down blighted lots around that area. And we've hired folks that stay directly in that neighborhood. I disagree with some of my counterparts that say they want that area to be like Veterans or like Ferret. I don't think the area is meant to be like Veterans or Ferret. I think that area is meant to be invested in and invested in by the neighbors that actually occupy that space. And that just involves more resources and putting resources directly into the hands of the small Black business owners that occupy that space. And then, as I said, I think it's a great hub for affordable housing and expanding transportation. Too often, folks from the East that live in the East or in that area don't have access to the city and city jobs. So building more transit, making sure people can get from that area back to the middle of the city without hassle, and supporting people in that area. Thank you.
Thank you. Timlin Sams. You have 60 seconds, and I can read the question again if you would like me to.
I would like for you to read that question again.
Okay. So based on the video that we just saw, what is your action plan for the Dowman Road corridor to improve the quality of life for District D residents, as well as making it an environment that is attractive for visitors who fly in and out of Lakefront Airport?
So the beautiful thing about what's going on right now is that it's already placed. We have anchors such as the Lakefront Airport, but just recently UNO, which is a part of District D, started a technology innovation center called the Beach. We also have SUNO that has its small business incubator. One of the things that we were fighting for and have been fighting for the last 5 years is that below Canal Street, there were very few innovation centers, like what we saw above Canal Street, such as Propeller and all those other groups. Here's an opportunity that we can start building the capacity of those cottage businesses that exist in the Pines Village on the Downman Road corridor. In addition, what I learned recently is there is a Pines Village cultural district. So it is already has a zoning overlay to actually enhance and build out those opportunities for assets. So I see there is an opportunity to develop a full range of financial inclusion programs with innovative activities from the cottage businesses. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Sam. Eugene Green?
Things that the video showed was the amount of blight along Almond Road. You don't have to have so much blight in a commercial corridor that maybe not generating the sort of traffic that you want. One of the things that we have to do is enforce the regulations on blight. You can have a vacant building, you can have a vacant office front, but it doesn't have to be filled with space or the grass grown up around the side of it with rats and the like. That really discourages any activity, including walking. I believe that we need to enforce the policies that are in place regarding blight. And sometimes that means taking a property that's been vacant for 10 years, tearing it down and having the vacant lot being cut by someone else, if not the city. The second thing is the commercial revitalization zone principle worked very well on Magazine Street and Ferret Street. Low interest loans available to those who invest in expanding or in relocating new businesses to a corridor, I think would help get some of those businesses and those buildings filled.
Thank you. Mark Laws?
Hey, how you doing? Listen, before I even start talking, I owned a business on Downman Road. I owned a very profitable and safe business right after Katrina. It was called the Sports Cafe. It was located directly across the street from the Ace Hardware. When I decided to move into the restaurant business instead of the nightclub business, I sold it to a young entrepreneur. So I don't know what happened after that, but I actually owned a business on Downman Road. It was very successful. And so the main thing I'm concerned about Downman Road is to enforce the zoning ordinances, the blight enforcement. We need beautification overlays and more police presence. Believe it or not, we need police presence. If they don't do anything but patrol the area. If you have an accident on Downman Road and Chef, it takes 3 to 4 hours for the police to come out. I know we short on police. But other than that, I understand that people want to have small mom and pop shops. But in order for Downman Road to be a really successful business, when I said veterans, I was talking about big box, big names, other than just small mom and pops. You need to have a local hub. You need to have a Wendy's, a McDonald's, a Popeyes, or somebody. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Laws. Morgan Clevenger?
Thank you. Day one, go in there and start with the blight, the trash, the infrastructure, the lighting. People who are in that community need to feel valued. They need to feel like their city cares about them. We love our city, but it needs to.
Morgan, I think your video is messing up. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
We do need economic development, but it cannot be Veterans Boulevard. And we really need to think about Magazine and Ferret, because again, we need to serve the community that's there. They need places that they feel comfortable, that has a pricing structure that's affordable for them. Mixed use, great. We can have a mixed use going on. But we need to actually serve the people and give them the opportunities, the people who are already in the district.
Thank you. Mariah Moore?
Thank you. It really saddens me that we're still not prioritizing our people. No, we don't need big box businesses on Downman Road. We need to reinvest in small business owners and really incentivize entrepreneurship amongst our most marginalized community members, letting them know that economic opportunities are possible. We need to partner with local agencies to help us clean up our streets. We need to also get more bus shelters along Dowman so that our people also feel valued, the ones who take public transportation to and from work. We need to focus on the low-hanging fruit that have been forgotten about. There are apartments on Dowman Road that could be that could undergo beautification and facelifts. There's money that we're going to be constantly receiving because of the new infrastructure plan that just passed at the federal level. Yeah, I know it's going to take a while to get that money, but we have the power as a city council to push back on the budget and say we need to reallocate those funds here to get this work done. We have to prioritize our people. You know, we have models for Black business corridors. We can take that framework and use it and turn Dowman Road into what it can truly be. It can be a residential and a Black business corridor. So let's start prioritizing our people.
Thank you. Anthony Doby. Same question, 60 seconds.
Yes. I mean, development is always a tricky thing to do, because we talk about wanting to involve the neighborhood and bringing in what's going to come into the neighborhood. But unfortunately, you know, it's America and people are going to be spending their money. So they need to be free to bring whatever kind of companies and businesses to an area that they should be entitled to do. That being said, we should be looking at our zoning plan that we have, and if we need to revamp that to encourage certain types of businesses and industries to come to that area, that's what we should be doing. It should be full of things for New Orleans East and District D residents to be able to do. A bowling alley, some kind of thing that's going to give us entertainment, because that's part of the drive for the crime right now. Is when you're bored and it's hot, what else are you going to do? These people, we have to get our people at a point where they're actually having things to entertain themselves in their neighborhoods, eat in their neighborhoods, and that's when they'll actually want to move into those neighborhoods, because no one wants to live where in a neighborhood or a part of town where they have to constantly go to another part of the city to be able to enjoy themselves.
Thank you. Thank you. Next question. You'll have 60 seconds to answer. What is your understanding of the role and function of the East New Orleans Neighborhood Advisory Commission, also known as ENONAC? So each person will have 60 seconds to answer. And we're going to start with, sorry, I'm doing eeny, meeny, miny, moe here. Okay, Eugene Green.
The East New Orleans Neighborhood Advisory Commission reviews proposed projects and involves the community in determining if those projects are going to be projects that are favorable to the community. Now, notwithstanding that, I believe that is the major role, because I've been to a couple of meetings. So if I'm wrong in terms of the charter, I want to make it clear that I'm not reading technically from the charter. That question could be a little bit off. But it is to meet with those who are interested in investing in the community in special ways, to make positive recommendations as to how those projects could fit in with the culture and the neighborhoods of East New Orleans.
Thank you. Mariah Moore.
I believe my understanding of this is that they can advise city council, or they are a body that can advise city council as well as the mayoral administration about what it is they want to see in their neighborhoods. I'm sorry, and in the district, to ensure that, you know, we're bringing businesses and resources that will actually benefit them, and not just making those decisions based off of a consensus from the government body.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Glover.
Yep, they were created during the session in 2019 from Act 394. Essentially what they do is advise, promote home ownership, support healthcare, property values, and really advise the city council and the mayor on issues within the community, and really support the quality of life for that area.
Thank you. Anthony Dolby?
Yeah, my understanding of basically that it was an advisory board that was basically it's an advisory board that oversees the growth of New Orleans East. Basically, wants to ensure that New Orleans East, as it's growing, is going to be a part and a voice in what actually happens in New Orleans East, and it offers advice to the city council, but also to neighborhood associations in the East. That was my understanding of what it is.
Thank you. Chantrice Burnett?
I'm sorry, I had a little disconnection. Can I get you to repeat the question, please?
Of course. What is your understanding of the role and function of the East New Orleans Neighborhood Advisory Commission, also known as ENONAC?
So my understanding of their role is to be an advisory board, I guess, to the residents of District E, advising and being a representation for all of the different neighborhood associations, and making sure that each association has representation and their residents are being heard for their concerns, and helping the residents overcome any challenges that they may face, and as far as having representation, collective representation of the New Orleans East area.
Thank you. Timberland Sams?
So ENONAC is made up of the neighborhood associations and subdivision leadership, which they call the CAB. And that group of the ENONAC body is a governing body that engages all legislative entities, including the mayor, and executive and legislative branches, that including the mayor and the city council, to ensure the quality of life of New Orleans East, of Eastern New Orleans, is acknowledged and recognized in all zoning practices and New Orleans East growth and development.
Thank you. Morgan Clevenger?
Yes. ENONAC is the voice of the people of New Orleans East. And they've done an amazing job in bringing people together around important issues. Advising the mayor and the city council, but also other elected officials, state representatives, and legislatures, because
your mic went out. I can't hear you.
they've done an amazing job. And I also think there's always opportunities to bring more people in. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mark Laws?
I'd like to first start saying I'm not small-minded enough to believe that big box can't be owned by Black-owned businesses. Henry Coxum was a big box owner. McDonald's and Popeyes was once on down the road. But to answer your question, the New Orleans Neighborhood Advisory Commission is a state legislative body of the presidents of the Homeowners Association to guide the governances and the issues of the residents of New Orleans East, ENONAC.
Thank you. Okay, and one last question. This is actually a yes or no response. If elected to be the city council person that represents District D, do you pledge to ensure that that you are involved with ENONAC, since there is a portion of New Orleans East that is represented by District D, and keep them notified by email, fax, or certified mail on all land use and budgetary matters as per Louisiana Act 394? So just a yes or no question. You don't have to elaborate. We're going to start with Ms. Sams. I couldn't hear you, but I saw you say yes.
Say yes the whole time, yes.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Mariah Moore.
Yes.
Thank you. Mark Laws.
Unequivocally, yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Eugene Green.
Absolutely, yes.
Troy Glover.
Yes.
Anthony Doby.
Yes.
Morgan Clevenger. Morgan.
I'm sorry, I thought you heard me.
Oh, no, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, all right. And Chantrice Burnett.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Glover, did I pass you up?
No, you called on me. I said yes.
Okay, got you. All right. All right, thank you, guys. I'm gonna turn it back over to Brandon.
Thank you all. I'm gonna turn it over to Ms. Dawn.
Okay, so I want to thank everybody for participating. I want to let our viewers know that early voting starts on September 25th and ends on October 2nd. And the actual election is October 9th. So this is our upcoming forums that we would like everybody to tune into. And I want to just thank everyone, all of you, for participating. I know this is some crazy times. I wish you all the best of luck because I know it's a lot to do. So thank you so much. And
on. So, how the crux of it was that there's a disparity, that New Orleans East has more properties, District E has more properties than District A, and that we have a more diverse grouping of properties with commercial